What a disappointment. One of my favorite comedians. I grew up listening to this guy. D.L. Hughley decided to go on and say, Brandon Tatum is unimpressive. Now, I bet you $1 million you'll never debate me.
Someone brought up a back and forth you had with a guy named Brandon Tatum.
I think that he is a unremarkable human being. MAGA likes black men who do what they're told.
But keep going and doing your barbershop conversations with your lack of knowledge on everything political. You should have stayed with being a comedian because you don't know what you're talking about. Like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get notifications anytime I go live or make a video. Make sure you still subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Let's get into this. Let's get to D.L. Hughley. D.L. Hughley used to be my favorite comedian. What didn't happen to you, D.L.? What didn't happen? My body boy decided that he gonna get on here and talk crazy about Brandon Tatum. He said I'm unimpressive or something he said. Come on, play the clip. I gotta play the clip. I told Vlad on the comment section, I say, Vlad, you need to have me on your show. Somebody need to hear from Brandon Tatum about this foolery that DL saying. Roll the clip.
Well, when I posted on my YouTube forum that you were coming to do an interview, someone brought up a back and forth you had with a guy named Brandon Tatum.
I don't know who, Officer Tatum, right?
Yeah, the cop.
Right. The guy, no, he's not a cop. Do you know when you call yourself your old job, you don't think much of what you do now?
Okay.
Hold on a second. Come on. I don't call myself my old job. Just so happen it's a social media title. But your name ain't D.L. Hughley, is it? Is that what you normally go by before you became a comedian? Nobody know you before you were D.L. Hughley, the comedian, so you still running with the comedian thing. Okay. All right, roll the clip.
I think that he is a unremarkable human being. I think that the one viable commodity that black MAGA people are is their ability to regurgitate white supremacist talking points.
Yeah.
And they can only do it a couple. They're not refillable. So when your only value is saying bad about black people, I don't need you to do it. I don't need just you to do it. Anybody can do that after that. So I think he's an unremarkable man who's the kind of human being that MAGA likes black men who do what they're told. Name me a remarkable. This is a thought exercise. Name me a remarkable black man that MAGA liked.
Ben Carson.
A remarkable?
I'm talking about remarkable that all of us can agree is a remarkable human being.
Ben Carson.
Steve Harvey.
MAGA don't like him.
I mean, he met with Donald
meeting
Trump.
with him. I'm talking about with MAGA champions him, like a Tatum or like a Byron Donalds or like those people. Name me a remarkable. Is Clarence Thomas remarkable?
Yes.
No.
He's obedient. Is Tim Scott remarkable? He's obedient.
I mean, Kanye's remarkable in certain ways.
Kanye's a remarkable man who they co-opted, but his experience, they glommed onto him. They kind of be attracted to each other. But even he says things they don't like.
Right.
What they don't understand, MAGA likes Republicans. MAGA likes black men for the same way they pick their dogs, because they're obedient. They'll never have a stamp or school. They'll never be remarkable. Do you know why Clarence Thomas got the job? Because Thurgood Marshall was retiring.
Correct.
And they needed a black dude, and he was the only one around. He never spoke for decades. He never issued a minority or majority opinion. If Clarence Thomas didn't take a picture with the Supreme Court, they thought he was a janitor. He would have thought he was a janitor that was photobombing. And he is one of the, and the thing that's funny now is that with Charlie Kirk gone, this new iteration of white supremacists has no use for people like that. Did you notice any one of them speaking at his funeral? Was there a black person that spoke at his funeral?
Ben Carson.
Was Candace Owens who carried
Carson
water
was
for
at
her?
his,
Did she speak at his funeral? Did this dude, whoever this dude is, speak at his funeral? No, because you're window dressing. What you are is a picture. You're a photo op.
Would you put Candace Owens in the same category as Brandon Tatum?
So if you want to participate, get you one of these shirts or one of these merch items, and your purchase will go towards the Kirk family. A lot of people say, well, they already rich. I'm pretty sure Charlie Kirk was a multimillionaire. But one thing that you guys don't realize is that once you are done with your life and you can't bring in income anymore, that's detrimental to a person's family. Charlie Kirk had a show that was tremendously successful. It's a dog-eat-dog world. They're not finna keep his show going. They're gonna cut his show after probably another week or so, and they're gonna put somebody else in that spot. You're talking millions of dollars coming into his family that's no longer there. Unrealized gains. Charlie Kirk probably would have wrote 40 more books. Charlie Kirk should have lived another 50 years. And his children and his wife are not going to have that unrealized gain from Charlie Kirk's legacy moving forward. So this is a contributing option for us that love him, that really love him, and that care about his family. This is a way that you can do it. Go to tatumstore.com, tatumstore.com.
Would you put Candace Owens in the same category as Brandon Tatum?
Sure. They were Philippines. Yes, they're Negroes. They're useful. And when they're not, they're no one. Do you think that she was, were they going to turning point over to either one of them? You think that
his
now
wife,
all of a sudden
he has a wife.
This is the analogy I made. There were times when slaves were told by their masters that on the event of my death, you'll be free and you'll have an exalted position. And when those masters died, the family or the high organization was under no obligation to honor what he said anymore. Where are those people now? Struggling to be relevant. Struggling to exist. Candace Stock and Trade right now is telling you that what they're telling us isn't true. He is fighting for a dead man's legacy. I don't know what the future is in that.
I have no idea what he said at the end, but Candace Owens is probably, whether you like her or not, she's probably one of the most viral and popular people on the internet, period. Out of all the people on the internet, she has more followers than Charlie Kirk's channel. She had more followers than Benny Johnson, all the other people that are in our, by far more followers than me. She got 150,000 people watching her live every day. Struggling for relevance, she's bigger than Charlie. To be quite honest, she has always been a bigger brand than Charlie as far as influence. What are y'all saying, bruh? That's why her and Charlie worked together, and she drove a lot of the traffic too. And Charlie is obviously incredible, but Candace is a big firebrand. Now, you know, I ain't gonna say, let's shut up, Brandon. Okay, but when you go down the list, they go, well, Brandon and Candace didn't take over Turning Point. Well, because he have a wife, fool. A man will leave his legacy to his wife. He's not gonna leave his legacy to anybody else, because none of them white boys took over, did they? Did Benny take over? Did Tyler take over? Did Andrew take over? Name a white person that took over. His wife, fool. He put his wife up there to take over. And they say, well, you're not used. Byron Donalds is leading the polls as the governor of Florida. What are you saying? Charlie Kirk didn't have nobody. The Turning Point USA absolved Blexit. What are you saying? And then, yeah, it wasn't a lot of black people that spoke at his funeral. D.L. Hughley, how many white people speak at your funeral? None. You won't have a single white person at your funeral. So quit acting like it's you somehow shocked that a person who's white, who mostly their friends are white, wouldn't have a ton of black people at their funeral. What, you want this to be an affirmative action funeral? You want to have a DEI funeral? He got to have a, you know, me and Charlie were friends, but me and him ain't talking every day like that. But I honored the man. We were friends. He know if he ever need anything from me, I got him. I've been working with him since 2017. I don't consider myself to be his top 5 friends and nothing like that. I'm a grown man. I got kids and stuff. I'm not at Turning Point USA doing a podcast with him every day. He got his world, I got my world, but we came together like this on a unified mission. But at the end of the day, people like DL are mad because I left his plantation. Negro, you simping for the white man on the Democrat ticket. You're talking about us. You are a useful idiot. You are the one telling people to vote for Democrats, and Democrats ain't never done nothing for black people. When have you been featured, DL, on anything that Democrats are doing? Kamala ain't put you on. Biden didn't put you on. Obama didn't put you on. But you sitting here saying we the ones getting, y'all the ones looking like a fool. Y'all going for a party that didn't have a black president as a candidate. Y'all picked another old white man. And you talking about us. If we simping, y'all simping. Then y'all go out and the vice president is a woman who went horizontal to go vertical in a career, and they don't even call her a black woman. She's an Indian and black woman. They don't even give her she Indian and black. She can't just be a black woman. Barack Obama was mixed. They won't even put up a real black person in y'all stuff. And who she pick as a vice president? The first black vice president as a running mate, she pick a white dude. They want the Mexicans, and you still simping for them. They want Mexicans. They not helping y'all. And DL, I'll debate you any day, anytime. I put on the chat. I'll fly you out here first class. You can stay in the 4 seasons. We can have a real conversation. I'll bring you on a podcast. You tell me that somehow we control. By who? Last time I checked, the Officer Tatum Corporation is run by me. Everything that I do, I own. What are you doing, DL? What art thou doing? You ain't doing nothing, bruh. You on VladTV talking as a washed-up comedian, and you don't own none of your own stuff. You probably doing a podcast on somebody else's network that they own. And you a host on their network. Get out of here, boy. But pull up if you want to. We'll have a debate. We can do it on the Zoom. I'm sick of y'all fake black dudes out here talking about black, and you ain't done nothing to legitimately support black people, pushing people to vote for Democrat. They just mad because we ain't on the Democrat plantation no more. We not buying what they selling no more. They have done nothing. That's why you see a whole bunch of black men leaving the Democrat Party to go to the Republican Party. And if they had enough spine, they would tell the truth, and it'd be even more black people that'll leave. But keep going and doing your barbershop conversations with your lack of knowledge on everything political. You should have stayed with being a comedian because you don't know what you're talking about. And they love to try to say the white man does this to the Clarence Thomas is one of the greatest men to live. One of the greatest Supreme Court justices to ever live. And Thurgood Marshall was he was a Democrat. So it ain't like Clarence Thomas was a successor of a Republican. He was left. What are you saying? Ben Carson, one of the greatest men to ever live, spoke at Charlie's funeral, and he's one that MAGA likes, if you want to say it like that. There's a whole bunch of incredible black people, but y'all don't like them because they not y'all cup of tea. But anyway, I had to throw that out there. And D.L. Hughley is one of the most radical people. This is just one clip of him talking on Vlad. He's the most radical dude. Listen to his stuff. Look at some of his clips. He is a nut job when it comes to this political stuff. He should have stayed to being a comedian. He probably wouldn't have fell off. All right. I think that's it. I love you guys. I'll see you later.